Sabrina Turner.
Good morning. It's not Sabrina Turner this morning. It's Anita Khan sitting in for the lovely Sabrina Turner. And I want to say good morning and welcome to the Business Buzz here on Radio Cayman. This is where we keep you in the know about various business topics and information. And today we're going to put the spotlight on Pure Art Gallery and gifts and get some information on the new 2020 desktop calendars that features old Caymanian homes. This morning, we're pleased to have in the studio owner Debbie Vanderbal. Nice to have you here, Debbie. Good morning.
Thank you.
I have not seen you in a while.
No, I've been busy. In fact, I was painting all summer for that calendar you mentioned.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you took some time Susan took some effort to get you in here, I'm sure.
Well, thank you. It's great to be here and talk about pure art. Appreciate it. Yeah.
One of my favorite places to shop on the island.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I don't know if you know, it's over 30 years now we've been there.
That's right.
Yeah.
For 32 years. Is that exactly 32 years?
It will be, in November. It'll be 33,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, for 32 years, well, let's say 32 years, Pure Art Gallery and Gifts. They have been opened in the charming Cayman Cottage on South 3rd Street, in case you didn't know. Pure Art is sure to delight a variety of shoppers, and I'm sure you do that. And be it visitors or residents, we come in there for gift items, art, and other products that will have you coming back for more, over and over. In every corner of Pure Art, there's something interesting to look at or to buy. I can spend hours in there, Debbie. You know that.
Well, indeed, some people do. They get in the front door and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is my shop!" And there's so much everywhere. We do group and organize, but it's a lot to see.
But before we jump into anything,
Yes.
I have to confess my favorite corner,
What?
the Christmas corner.
Oh, our Cayman Christmas corner.
I just love
Yes.
that. Any time of the year, it's a good time to be in there.
Thank
Debbie,
you.
once again, it's good to have you. And if you're joining us, thank you so much. You're stuck in traffic. Well, it's a good place to be this morning because we have quite an interesting we'll have quite an interesting discussion with Debbie. Debbie, could you give us some insight into Pure Art Gallery's journey?
Sure. I moved here about 35 years ago, and as an artist, there really were very few places to show art. So when that house came up for rent from my mother-in-law, she encouraged me to go to planning, and we got permission to do pure art in the neighborhood there. And I loved it because it's an old Cayman house that was moved there by my son's great-grandma, Ermi Aldemeyer, over 50 years ago.
Oh,
So it used to be in the center of Georgetown, known as the Old Teacher's House.
okay.
And they were going to build there. It was right between the town hall and the post office, right on the corner.
Okay.
And anyway, she saved it. They cut it in two, and now it's put back together where Pure Art is. So it's
I
the
love
old.
the building.
Oh, I
just
love it.
love it too.
Thank you.
I used to live right next door, actually.
No, really.
With Susie, yes.
Yes, of course.
For a short while.
Miss Susie, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, so that was quite. It was my first move here, so that
Yes.
was quite something. But Debbie,
Mm-hmm.
so we know the history of that building,
Yes.
and there are so many other buildings. Well, not too many of them left on the island. I'm pretty sure you know all of them.
Well, as an artist, yeah, I do have some pretty cool photos from all those years, which is great because they do inspire me. And indeed, I used a few for my calendar this year. Like
Okay.
Miss Annie's house is a historical one that's not there anymore. There's a home on South Church Street that's not there anymore.
Wow.
So a few of them are historical paintings, and I enjoy doing it. This year, my theme was just painting my favorite things, so that was pretty good. But with Pure Art as a business, we started out really small, no air conditioning, no lights, and just that's the first thing we got.
Did you leave the door open for air?
Oh yeah, and we sweated.
What was the-
Yeah,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, but now it's great. We have air it's all the modern conveniences. We're computerized, and it allows us to represent over 200 local artists, including myself. But it's really a group effort.
Very nice. What was the motivation behind owning and operating such a business?
Well, my background, I had a little bit of retail background as I managed an art supply department in a store up in the States. So when I moved down here, I like retail, you know, and when it came to selling art, as an artist, I never had a problem with organizing and doing pricing. And so it was kind of very natural. When that setting came up to be in that Cayman cottage, I just thought it was the perfect setting because the name Gallery and Gifts, most galleries, because everyone knows we have art, we have prints, right. But the gift side of it, from the very first day, we did sell, and we do sell, like the Caymanite jewelry, the thatch hats, the thatch baskets. But then we have a lot of things people wouldn't expect. There's magnets that are made out of sea glass. There's conch, there's whelk, there's beaded jewelry. There's a wide variety of gifts, and even households now. We've extended it. So it's worked out just like I'd hoped. So it's really my baby besides my son, you know.
So you have lionfish jewelry now.
Yes.
We'll talk about that a little bit more.
Sure.
But just a teaser, folks, we have lionfish jewelry. Susan, are you going to wear some lionfish jewelry? I would. I'd love to.
It is beautiful.
I'm not sure if I'll eat it, but. So basically, what was the inspiration behind the gallery?
Well, it was inspired by really the beauty of the Cayman Islands to sell what we're painting. And, you know, like a lot of what we paint on, you know, we paint on conchs, right. The old discarded ones on the shore. They're even doing decoupage, and they're beautiful. There's mermaids on conchs and shells on conchs, and there's just so much, you know, there's driftwood signs that are fabulous. Like there's new signs from the hearts of the mahogany seeds. There's the coconut fronds painted like fish.
The ones that look like a horse's eye.
Those we have the sea beans. We have had some things by them. Yeah, absolutely. So it's exciting. That's really my inspiration to show what is created here, and then to supplement with a few other island lines from either different islands or from the U.S. if it's appropriate.
Okay, which other islands?
Well, in Grenada, we bring some spices.
Right.
We get the little nutmegs, you know, and their sea salt's very good, along with the Cayman sea salt. We also get from Jamaica some carved wood, of course, the tropical cedar, and turtles and stingrays.
Nice.
And let's see, from Haiti, we have the steel drum art. That's their forte, so it's beautiful, made out of steel drums. And we do have, like from Jamaica, there's one of our artists does little, out of ceramics, they're sea urchins. And they're in colors and they're designs. They're just adorable. They're really cute.
After this interview, Debbie, I would not want to eat conch. I just want to see the conch. I'm not sure I'm going to get shells, but if we don't eat them, right?
Oh, they're so beautiful. They indeed are. There's one in front here I brought.
I love that one.
It's really pretty.
For those who are watching via YouTube, Susan will have a shot of that. You can see what's painted on the conch and some of the pieces that you brought in with you.
Yeah.
How would you best describe your art gallery, Debbie?
I would describe it as being by the artists for the people, if that's a simple way. It just came off the top of my head. But really, it's for both locals and visitors alike. Like some visitors and locals have brought their kids in since, well, it's 30-some years now. So they've been raised coming to Pure Art, which is really incredible.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I love it.
What sort of feedback over the years have you received from your customers?
Well, I'm very fortunate there. Even new customers, like yesterday, someone walked in the front door and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I found you." And they hadn't even gone through the gallery. I'm like, okay, thank you. And locally, I would say it just is, like, for instance, we represent Gordon Solomon since he's a student. And we've had his art, and we still have him now as a fine artist. So there are Caymanian artists that we've represented the whole way, like Joanne Sibley, or some we've had with us all these 30-some years. So that is really, that's working with local artists is just a joy.
Does Joanne still paint?
She does.
I worked with Joanne.
Yes, indeed.
I love Joanne.
Yeah, she's pretty much working in oil. And right now we have
to do pencil and then water.
A lot of watercolor. Yeah. We have her prints in watercolor. But she's really taken to oil as she's gotten a little older.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
That is surprising.
Absolutely. I'd call her and she'll go, "Oh, I can't talk. I'm in the middle of a wash." And she meant not wash. She meant watercolor. Yeah.
What type of products can someone usually find over at Pure Art, besides all the artwork and some of the stuff that you described this morning?
Well, one of our newest lines for about a year now are hand-woven baskets from Africa, which would surprise folks because they are for storage or for display, like hamper size. And people have come to organize their flip-flops, their tissues, their toys, and yet they're beautiful. So they provide a really beautiful option from Africa, from Senegal.
Wow.
And those are throughout the store. We also have glassware, which is like crystal with lovely little fish or palm trees, and they're from a U.S. product, you know. And there's household. We have things for Christmas already. You know, we brought in, we had to do it early.
Talk about those little,
Yes.
my favorite, the ones that you hang, the decorations, Christmas decorations, the one that you paint, the balls.
Yes,
that you paint.
They're so pretty. We bring in, actually from St. Thomas, there are some that are in, like a really beautiful hand-painted crystal or Christmas selection. But there's ones with sand, there's shells, there's so many. Kelly does little turtles and stingrays, and there's driftwood Santas, and there's, I mean, you really have to come in.
Yeah, you do. And like I said, it's my favorite section because I like to come and get those from my friends overseas.
They're so cute.
When I'm going off island, I'll take it to them, you know, and they'll each year they can add something to their collection.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So the best part is the 2020 calendar.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's just nice to talk about it now because it is just out, and it's our 7th year doing it. My 7th year.
7th year.
Yes. Wow. Yes. And what's nice is it comes in a case so it can sit on your desk. It's just 12 CI. But you can also get the refills. So year after year.
You want to pick it up so Susan can get a good. The listeners won't be able to hear it, but those on.
Oh, sure.
Those on. Listening by the airwave, radio can.
Sure.
Susan, you got a shot of that.
Yeah, it's just so nice because there are Cayman houses. I did East End, the fishing nets. There's Georgetown of old days.
Oh, yeah.
There's still the fishermen's, lifts that used to be in Georgetown. This is South Church Street.
Which one is that on South Church Street?
This is right after Sunset House, and it's between the.
Is that McCoy? That's not McCoy.
No, it's not McCoy's Villa, but it used to be there, and it got damaged in Gilbert, but then it really got
I remember that one.
taken down in Ivan, unfortunately. But I just love that little house. But we did the Pink House in West Bay.
The famous Pink House in West Bay.
Which I can't help but do. It is just so beautiful. This was in South Sound. It was a beautiful flame tree down by just down in Georgetown, sort of by the high school, and it was an old house. And unfortunately, we lost that in Ivan too.
That's in June.
Yeah, and this one is Savannah on the corner. The right where
countryside.
Yes, countryside.
It's not there anymore.
Right, they just built there.
I broke my heart when they took it down. That was next to Doris's house.
It's so beautiful, that whole setting. It was sad, and then this is a fisherman's, like out in North Side actually. So where they pull the boats up, and in the sea grape trees they would have the. So
I love the colors on that.
It's really came in. There's Miss Annie's that I did.
Oh my gosh, that is beautiful.
A little porch, and this one is a captain's. It was South Sound, and he had his little bike in front. It's so cute. So
is that the one to the corner of South Church Street and Walker's Road? No,
this one actually was just down from that little church in South Sound, and then they built a home. And luckily, the people who bought the property took this house, turned it sideways, and have it on the property, so they preserved it.
That's awesome.
So God bless them, So the calendar I've really enjoyed. This is a sunset, of course, like off Georgetown, and the last but not least is a little West Bay cottage, which is
gorgeous,
just right on the ocean. But
and
it's
that
lovely.
one's still there, right?
It is.
Okay.
It is there. Yeah. So I'm thankful.
Those are absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. It's fun.
So, Debbie, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue a little discussion here about all the fantastic pieces you have and what's going on over at Pure Art. Business Buzz this morning is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies, FSH Designs, and Cayman Insurance.
Cayman Medical Supplies, now providing Cayman Brac with medical supplies. Call 949-62. Medical Supplies will arrange to ship from wheelchairs and walkers to all kinds of medical supplies. Your order will be shipped to you either by Cayman Airways or Thompson Shipping for one agreed upon price. Telephone 949-6211. Cayman Medical Supplies, located at number 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, providing quality pharmaceuticals, medical supplies, and consumer products to healthcare providers, retailers, and ultimately the patients at a reasonable rate in a friendly, caring, and timely manner.
Marketing. It is the key that no business can live without. From social media to Google Ads, websites to app development, or even graphic design to video commercials, FSH Design is here to help you and your business succeed. We focus on personalized digital marketing and offer advertising consultations for each of our clients. Don't waste time. We want to help you reach your marketing goals today. We work directly with you and your business to generate a strategic marketing plan that will develop current and creative results. Check out our website at fshdesign.com.
Homeowners, protecting your family and property is crucial during the season, and you should always assess insurance needs long before a storm makes landfall. Most insurers won't issue policies when a storm is imminent. Cayman Insurance Center's team of professionals can help owners like you find the most comprehensive coverage and competitive rates. Call Michael Webster today at 925-5433 or Denise Brown at 814-7229. Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Call Michael and Denise today at Cayman Insurance Center.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Cayman's Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz. Good morning. If you're just tuning in, this is the Business Buzz. Anita in your company, sitting in for Sabrina this morning. And in the studio with me, the lovely Debbie Vanderbilt, owner of Pure Art Gallery and Gifts. I have to remember to include the gifts. That's important, Debbie. And we're talking about her store and, most importantly, her 2020 calendar. And we just heard about some of the pieces that you have on the calendar.
Yes.
Debbie, I'm dying to know, how long did it take to put all this together, from selecting what buildings, painting them, and getting all printed and put together, even in the holder?
Well, it does take a long time. I really paint almost every day all summer, a little bit to do, because it's really 13 paintings, 12 or 13, and I really want each one to be strong and I want them to sort of feel like a unit as an artist, because you always, as you paint, your style changes just a little. But when I do a calendar, I really try to have the focus of color, and in this one, I think it came out really successful. I worked a little bit larger than the calendar, so I painted approximately like 11 by 11 inches. They're square pieces to fit the format, and there's a lot of detail, like little bikes in the yard, chickens and crabs, and the things that are part of Caymanian life, the thatch hats for the fishermen, and yes. So it's, in that regard, it really is a project I enjoy doing, but you have to really have a vision, and just ordering the holders and getting it organized. I do print them locally, which is really, I work with Economy Printers all these years, and we also actually just printed, I just proofed it, which is on the table, a Cayman coloring book. It should be out very shortly. I've only got the prototype, but it's for all ages, and I dedicated it to my grandson, who I'm now granny.
Okay.
I'm happy to say. And it's for him and all the children of the Cayman Islands of all ages, because it's nice for young and old, I think, like to color. And so I've really gone through the whole islands. There's one of the bluff with the brack. There's Little Cayman with Owen Island. There's actually the Pink House, and there's Underwater Cayman, Rum Point. So they're
There's a
all
Cayman
different.
Cottage.
Yep. Yeah, everyone can
I
have
love
at them
this.
with crayons and colored
I
pencils.
want to color this.
Thank you. It should be
Oh.
fun. I'd like to see them.
How it turns out, right?
Absolutely. So it's really for all ages, which is
Oh,
great.
I love this. Here's another one. Here's
Yeah.
another shot. Here's,
Oh.
here's a blue iguana. This is little Cayman, Susan.
Yes,
You
indeed.
got a shot of that?
Yeah.
Yes. Yay.
With the little hermit crab. I love their crabbies there
I
too.
just love these.
Yeah, so it's fun.
I've got a question for you here. That's the pieces you did for the calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna make bigger prints out of those?
Actually,
out of the original?
I haven't done that. A lot of people do frame these paintings of the calendar year after year, and you can group them.
Right.
I sometimes will do note cards, and I'm thinking that that's what I'm going to do with a few of the favorites this year. To do prints is a big undertaking, financially and everything. And I've thought about it, but I haven't decided yet about doing prints. So if you want prints, you might have to buy the calendar, quite frankly. The color is beautiful,
Yeah,
and,
the color.
and they
I
do
love the
frame up
colors.
nicely. That's a good question, though, because, at Pure Art, we carry a lot of prints of the Cayman Islands, maps of the Cayman Islands. And they're great. Prints are for your home, for office, for gifts. Tourists and locals alike buy them. Mm-hmm. And I think it's nice because the prints really make art affordable. Where an original painting that's of good size might cost a bit, when you get it on a canvas or on paper, it's ready to hang on canvas. And we have such nice selection. If people haven't been in for a while, I would encourage folks to stop just to see the prints we have.
by.
Yeah.
Just
And
go by.
and the originals are always changing. We get new pieces daily. So for locals especially who think that, Pure Art is only art, they need to come in for the gifts to
That's
see.
right. That's
'Cause
right.
they'll be really, really surprised, and we're very thankful.
This is your 7th year doing the painting, the Cayman desktop calendars.
Yes.
What was the first year? What did you do in the first year? Can you remember?
The first year, it was a different format. I did it like the painting was smaller and it was square. And so the first year, I think, wasn't the best one. But from the second year on, I changed the format to have this sort of landscape where the painting and the month is really nice enough to see and clear.
Okay.
So it has changed. But I think from the very beginning, like one year I did ocean views, another I did Cayman walls, another I did just like the gardens. So they were different gardens everywhere. Mm-hmm. So I did have a different focus. And this year, it's just quite frankly some of my favorites.
I just love this. What keeps you motivated in doing this type of artwork?
Just Cayman does. There's always something to paint. They're like, how do you figure out what to paint? I'm like, it's just there, the colors, the sun, the shadows, and the ocean colors. I'm really a water person. So I love when there's a touch of ocean in the paintings. And I just love it. As anyone knows, I'm just in love with the history of the Cayman Islands, and past and present. I just love it.
And you're a Vanderbilt.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a Vanderbilt, married into the family of the Bodens, So,
That's right.
it's just lovely being a part of the island. And the artists we work with, I think that's the joy, too, because they're as passionate as I am. Mm-hmm. I did bring in one of the books that we carry. We carry just a small selection, but of local books. We have some children's books. We have adult books. And this one is like the postcards of Grand Cayman. And every time I look at it, I see something new. Aww. It's by my friend Ivan. And anyone who hasn't seen it, if you come in and just look at that.
It's called My Friend Ivan?
No, it's called Grand Cayman Old Postcards, but it's by my friend Ivan. Okay. Well, he's passionate about the postcards, the stamps of the island, and the history of the Cayman Islands, too.
Very nice.
And so that's new. And then some of our artists are new. Like we have a young artist doing Cayman Christmas cards. And we just got them out early. And this is one. Instead of dashing through the snow, it's dashing through the sand.
I see that.
On 7 Mile Beach. And
that's awesome.
Cute as can be. So there's a lot of new items there.
How affordable are the 2020 calendars?
The calendars are $12 Cayman dollars in the stand, and they're $8.50 for the refills, both at Pure Art, and we do sell them at the Book Nook. Miss Barbara's always sold them for us as well, which we appreciate. Yeah.
So those are the two places that
yes,
at
on
Pure
the
Art
island.
Gallery and Gifts and
Book
Nook.
Nook. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I know where to find mine.
Thank you.
Those will make lovely Christmas presents, let me tell you.
Well, what's nice too is
Can the stand fold out, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
can, so if
It does
easy
just fold
fold
very
over.
flat for shipping too,
Okay. Oh,
because a lot of
nice.
people do mail them as
Right.
gifts. And
Right.
as you know, if you are mailing the inexpensive way, both for Christmas cards and Christmas gifts, it's why we kind of started early with Christmas at Pure Art this year. Not decorating early, but we have our Christmas corner. Because if you're going to mail internationally,
favorite.
you might want to do it now rather
Yes.
than in December when it
That's
costs a
right.
bit more, So that's what's nice. And
You-
they do mail well, yeah.
You have some Cayman beaded bracelets, hand stamped
Yes.
metal charms, and of course, like you mentioned earlier, the lionfish jewelry.
Yes, the lionfish is by Kelly. She's one of the colors for years of the lionfish, and she got the idea that they would make beautiful jewelry because the fins, when they're dried, have beautiful dots on them, and the design of the dots. I didn't bring one in, so you have to come by to see them. But it's so pretty. She does necklaces, earrings. We have a fun little bracelet. And because it's a cold item, the fish, we kind of like, my son likes to joke that we can now eat them and wear them. So it's true. They're beautiful, though, and they're very popular. So I'm glad that, what she's done into jewelry, it's just stunning. And a lot of, especially divers or conservationists, they really enjoy buying something like that that's made locally, but it's very unique.
It is.
Yeah, it's cool.
Is this the only part of the world where it's been sold,
Yeah, that I've heard of, at least. It's
okay.
great. We do have beaded, you mentioned. The beaded are by a variety of artists. Most of it is the Caymanite, but now Gail Tibbetts started doing Caymanite with other beads.
Okay.
So lovely jasper or howlite or black onyx combined with Caymanite is really beautiful. So that's kind of a new, with different size beads, they're for men, they're for women, they're for kids, they're
And you have some over here.
they're beautiful.
Very
They're really
nice.
nice.
Susan, you're too far
yeah.
for me to
And-
to have on camera.
Yeah. But Miss Gail, she's incredible. She also does the stamped, which you mentioned, and they're stamped with the coordinates. Like you could have where we're located on earrings. You could have a stamp. I love Cayman and their charms and their bracelets. And she also does a cutout.
So do you have any with that over there?
No, I didn't bring the charm.
Okay.
But I just thought to bring the beads. I didn't know how much you would show on the filming, so I'm sorry I only brought a little
okay.
selection.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right. I
Yeah.
think the listeners got a pretty good visual of what you have.
Well, what's cool is we do have a couple of our jewelers not just doing beads, but also sculptures in Caymanite, which are stunning for corporate gifts, for anniversary, for something special.
How big are those pieces?
Well, some are as big as your palm of your hand, small little ones, but we do some that are of better size, and for a retirement gift or for something special, they're really great. Pure Art can organize putting a plaque on also, for retirement or for,
Nice.
a sentiment.
Never thought about that.
It's quite nice, yeah. And
It's a great idea.
They're beautiful. Mostly the turtles and stingrays are the most popular, but he does sharks and a few other fun things,
So apart from all the fun stuff that you do,
Yes.
that you do over there, Debbie, there has to be some other behind the scene work, some accounting, just about everything else. What does it take in order to develop and operate your own art gallery and souvenir business, of course? What does it take?
You might have just seen my face go, oh my God. That's why not everybody does it. I always my saying is if it was easy, everyone would do it because it's not easy, But it is a dedication. I have an accountant who follows up behind me. We have a computerized system to keep everything organized on consignment. Everything is barcoded to keep track of what sells, and it's fascinating. It's wonderful. I get a printout every month of who our top artists are, what's selling, and I just love it. It's you have to keep at it all the time, keeping up and keeping it stocked, keeping it clean. There's so much behind the scenes, but when you like doing it, it's not hard. It's just a lot of work. It is. There's no doubt about it.
Plus, you take art pieces on consignment.
We do.
That's a lot of work.
It is, but it's
sure.
a responsibility.
Yes.
You have to really keep track. We do inventories. When the items sell, then the next month the artist gets paid. And so for that reason too, I know once a lot of our local customers realize that, they realize they're supporting local art. We don't have that much leeway with prices. People, I even have a sign up, please don't dicker because this is it. Our prices are low as we can have them. And on consignment allows us to keep the prices very reasonable. Okay. The artists set the price, and I have to agree that, yes, it's reasonable. I know it'll sell. It's wonderfully done. It's of good quality. So all that's my responsibility. And we do look for different things. So if someone would bring in something which another artist is already doing a take on, we may not be interested because we're dedicated to the first artist, making a conch lamp or maybe hand painting. We actually had a coconut decoupage the other day, and it's really pretty. It looks like a sculpture.
Oh my gosh!
So the variety never ends. It's exciting, but it's also a lot of work. We only inventory when we're reordering, and that allows us to not be doing the whole store.
See, if you have take for instance, you have something in the store that's not moving at all. Mm-hmm. How do you get that to keep going, to keep moving in the store?
That's a good question. We do try moving things a lot. That's what I like to do, and I work with people. Richie is great in rearranging. We just rearranged the whole front room the other day, and everything looks fresh. Everything keeps, if it's not selling in one spot. But sometimes things just don't sell. I mean, it's a shame. Yeah. So there are times when we have something in, we have to say, I'm sorry, but maybe you need to, we can't carry because we've tried and tried. And for whatever reason, it might be something that's popular in the States a lot. And so when they see it here, it's just not special enough for whatever reason. But it's exciting. Those are things that we have to keep in mind, that it is selling and it's good for the artist and for us.
Well, Debbie, this morning you have the mic. You're in control over there. Oh. Let's invite our listeners, especially Christmas is coming up. Invite them out to come out and support the local artists, the local folks who put all this together, and your stuff. Come on.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, definitely invite folks to stop. It's so exciting for me when visitors come in for the first time, but it's more exciting when it's someone local who's never been in before. Mm-hmm. Or they haven't been in for a while, and they stop back and they're like, oh, we didn't know you were doing all this. We didn't know you had the coffee and the tea and the mugs and the, I would have come here.
And flags. You have flags.
We do. We sell the Cayman flags. Like a lot of sports teams, they go off the island. We sell little $1 bracelets that say Cayman Islands, or little pins for $3. Because, you have to take a little something for the visiting teams, as well as the flags. Because when you're walking, they're just little souvenir flags. But truthfully, for sporting events or travel, or even kids going off to college, they want to take a flag and put it up in their dorm room, So that works really well, too.
Oh, I like that.
Absolutely.
We're going to take a break this morning. The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies, Cayman Insurance Center, and FSH Designs.
Homeowners, protecting your family and property is crucial during the season, and you should always assess insurance needs long before a storm makes landfall. Most insurers won't issue policies when a storm is imminent. Cayman Insurance Center's team of professionals can help owners like you find the most comprehensive coverage and competitive rates. Call Michael Webster today at 925-5433 or Denise Brown at 814-7229. Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Call Michael and Denise today at Cayman Insurance Center.
Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies, hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies, free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Marketing. It is the key that no business can live without. From social media to Google Ads, websites to app development, or even graphic design to video commercials, FSH Design is here to help you and your business succeed. We focus on personalized digital marketing and offer advertising consultations for each of our clients. Don't waste time. We want to help you reach your marketing goals today. We work directly with you and your business to generate a strategic marketing plan that will develop current and creative results. Check out our website at fshdesign.com.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the final 10 minutes of this morning's Business Buzz. This is Anita Khan keeping you company and keeping me and you company, the lovely Debbie Vanderbilt, owner of Pure Art Gallery and Gifts. Cannot forget the gifts.
Yes.
Debbie, how is the art economy in the Cayman Islands?
I think it's really going well. It certainly helps that art influences art, and now we have the National Gallery. We have a lot of artists, just out there painting, and we have even craft shows and things that people go that are open to the public, different events, Christmas bazaars, and all that art stimulates art. So when people go to these and see, oh, I didn't know Cayman artists did this. There's in Cayman Bay, 3 Girls in a Kiln. Well, we also carry their ceramics, for instance. And we send people to them, they send people to us, So with art, I'd say it's very, very positive. It's not easy. When you're an artist, it's not easy because the supplies to do a professional painting are expensive. Of course, your time that you dedicate, people have to realize that. And I think they do because paintings that are originals are selling well. People they appreciate the value of an original piece.
That's right.
Whether it's a sculpture, original piece of jewelry, whether it's a painting. So art is in various forms. The Cayman thatch, those are works of art, So, people realize, someone just spent a month on this little handbag, but yeah, it does cost $40, but it's worth every penny.
It's the time they take to put that together.
It's appreciated.
I can macrame, so I know what it is.
Oh, yes, exactly.
So, haven't done anything in a long time, but it takes a long time, and I wouldn't sell it because you can't pay me for my sleepless nights standing up there, back breaking, nothing. But you have to appreciate what goes into a piece of art, any piece of art.
Absolutely.
How about branding? How important is branding to your business?
Very, very. And from the start, it's Pure Art Gallery and Gifts. But because people refer to us as Pure Art, because it's easy, that we really have to keep the word out there that no, it is the whole package deal of Pure Art. It is selling local products supplemented with island style. And, we just keep at it. And it's finally paying off. I mean, when you open a business, they usually say, 5 to 10 years? And in Cayman, it's really been 25 to 30 years. And it's lovely because now people, we have students that come in. I will say, like Miss Campbell, every year she brings her students in at the end of the year from the Catholic
school. Yes.
And the next month, the kids come back in with their family. They're like, Mommy, you had to see this. Daddy, look at this. So it's so nice that we provided, not just for selling, but also the children can come in and see what's actually produced and is inspiring in the Cayman Islands. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot of work, but the trends. What are some of the general trends in the Cayman art scene?
Well, a lot of mixed mediums. We just had 2 pieces, 3 come in. One, they're painted on board and like of a Cayman capo, as well as there's a lovely painting or 2 on the board, but it's 3D. There's a little picket fence in wood, and that's Mary McTaggart Yates. Mary McTee, she goes by, And so those 3, they're lovely. And I would say mixed medium, probably. For instance, Gail Tibbetts is doing beautiful resin paintings on wood or on canvas, and even on cutting boards. They're so gorgeous. They're cheese boards, really. Because you don't want to cut on the
No.
But they're food safe. They're gorgeous. They're a lovely, lovely gift because they're They're all one of a kind. And so I would say really unique new items is what we're always looking for. You know, there are some standards, you know,
Right.
Caymanite pendants that are teardrop, I brought in a ring or two.
Those are lovely.
You know, it's nice that Caymanite isn't only just beads. I don't want to say only, but now we have them in settings of sterling and stainless steel. And so a stainless steel, like the bracelet I brought in here, it's a beautiful accent piece of Caymanite with stainless steel. It's in the 30s.
It would look nice on my arm.
They're so pretty. And they're easy on, easy off, you know, not fussing with chain or, you know, they're very popular. Also, for instance, a lot of the sort of gets trendy. The young girls, we have a little shape cut out of Grand Cayman, and it's either in zinc or sterling by Miss Gale. Mm-hmm. And they're so pretty. They're very petite, and they look lovely. So that's nice because even if you're moving or going away present, to give a present of Grand Cayman and take it with you, you know, it's things like that are very special. So we're very
a lot of
thankful.
tourists who come into the store. I know that visitors. They see a local art piece.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure they want to know what's the story behind that piece.
We do have to have knowledgeable salespeople, absolutely. They want to know the artist, how it's made. And we are there. One thing that's nice, it's a soft sell. Like when people want information, we can provide it. But we're not hovering saying, oh, this is this and this is that. When they're interested, I always say, just let us know when we can help. Mm-hmm. And quite often we do package for them to take. They just check on as extra luggage, and they take very good sized pieces of the Cayman Islands, you know. The prints roll and they go in tubes.
Right.
So traveling with art is very easy, whether you're here or away. Yeah, absolutely.
And I know you support the local artists very well. And we can see that from your consignments.
Yes,
and everything in between.
Well, we can't do everybody.
Right.
I mean, people say, do you have so-and-so? And I'll have to say, no, go there. Mm-hmm. We only can represent who we do, and we try to really represent them well. So we know what they're working on. We say, yes, this could be done larger. You know, we have to have a relationship with our artists, and we try to. And that goes for gifts, too. You know, we really, we can only carry so much. It's only so big, and it's full.
I think it's time you expand that building, you know.
No, it's full. That's it. We keep rearranging.
I see that.
Yes.
Are there ways that Pure Art Gallery and Gifts give back to the community?
We do. We really are very thankful. You know, we're with the prints and with gifts. We can give things here and there to the silent auctions and to, you know, raising good causes here and there. If there's a race, it's even me as an artist, I can give my prints, you know, for participants. And we try to as much as we can. It is hard, even advertising, to be honest, is hard because things are on consignment. So we're not marking up like some businesses where they have a huge markup. So, you know, I have to really pick and choose, but we do. And we have all these years. And, you know, it's part of being a business. You have to really, you know, that's how I feel. Absolutely. Yeah.
Debbie, as we wrap up this morning, I tell you, we can go on. I can go on. Susan, she's got questions. I'm sure that we can go on. But we do have to cut off at 9 o'clock. Mm-hmm. What are some of the valuable tips that you would give to artists who have not exposed their work to your place as yet?
Sure, of course. Really, number one, use good materials. It's got to be long-lasting. You know, when you use any kind of binders or paper, it has to be acid-free, so it will not turn. You know, you have to frame it well. You can't just be putting a string on the back. It has to be proper wire. When you sell something, it has to really be there for longevity. And so for artists, that's what's important. I mean, you can experiment and do things that are fun, but if you are going to be selling it, you know, it has to be really well made. And so as an artist and as what we recommend to our artists, that's very important. And also pricing. You know, you have to have it reasonable. You may want to get $2,000 for that painting, but you know what? It'll probably sell if it's $400 or, you know. Now, that said, there are pieces that are worth every penny of $2,000, and we sell a lot of art for, say, $1,000, and if it was anywhere else, it would be $4,000 and $5,000. Right. Art is very hard to price, and our value of art in the Cayman Islands is very good. If it always increases when you sell originals, you know. it's very rare that the value of that art would go down. So you are making not just an investment, but I like to say just really buy what you like, though, you know.
Debbie, it's been a pleasure having you in the studio this morning. But before we
thanks.
leave, can you just give us some contact details and exactly where we can find Pure Art Gallery and gifts?
Oh, thanks. Well, it's about 1 mile south of Georgetown, right on the corner of South Church Street and Denham Thompson and the Caymanian Cottage. There's a beautiful flame tree out there, so you can't miss it, as well as signage. You can call us, but we prefer you really to email. You know, all that information's online. We do Instagram and Facebook for followers, and we are always posting new items. And that's me. I'm very happy to say I've learned how to do Instagram, and we try to keep it regular without flooding, you know, what you're getting. But if you follow us, it's a good way to know it's new at Pure Art.
Debbie, thank you so very much this morning for appearing on the Business Buzz. Wish you well with the sales of the 2020 desktop calendars and the rest of your stuff in your store. I'll be over on the weekend. Susan will be in as well, and the rest of the folks who are listening. And even if you just don't want to buy anything, come in and be inspired and invite somebody else to come in. Thank you so much. This morning, the Business Buzz was proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies, Cayman Insurance Center, and of course, FSH Designs.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And also brought to you by FSH Design. Let your imagination grow with FSH Design. Visit fshdesign.com today.